Welcome to Chakras and Cusswords, a podcast that dives into self-improvement, completing goals, and overcoming modern-day obstacles. I am your host, Catherine, and together we will address our fears, establish self-awareness, and complete self-growth through honesty and reflection. Remember to please like and share this podcast. Thank you. Hello, everybody. If you are listening to this conversation, to this talk, let me introduce myself. My name is Catherine. I am the podcast host of Chakras and Cusswords podcast. I'm also the brand creator, spiritual intuitive alchemist, and I am here to give the horoscopes for the summer solstice. Not only is this summer solstice an amazing day to really tap into rituals and past practices of our divine state, it is also the beginning of Cancer season. So we have a new lineup of horoscopes, an area that the sun energy is fully engaged. So for the summer solstice, this is really the area where we are going to maximize our light. We're going to maximize our energy. It is the longest day in the northern hemisphere of the planet. It is the longest day of sunlight and abundance and radiation from this beautiful star, giving us that power, that strength, that structure. It is also known as a day of the fruitfulness, the fruits of our intentions really come forward with summer solstice. The ancestors and the past goddesses and witches and ritualists, because summer solstice is celebrated in many countries, it's celebrated in many different ways. So there is many traditions such as meditation, collecting fruits, also collecting area of abundance through fertility and intimacy, magic, and really creating that alignment for the feminine to find and also establish their desires in their soulmate, in their one partner, in their life partner, where their souls are fully aligned. It's also seen as an area that we are going to enter lots of romance with summer solstice. So some of the past rituals that I will bring up are related to the area of fertility. And the reason why fertility is so much structured at this time, because it is the introduction to summer. It is the introduction to new beginnings. It is the introduction to new life. For summer solstice, many of the spiritualists would bring in fresh juices of water, also sun-boiled water, or create romantic dishes that were covered in flowers and covered with that area of element of growth. Also, flowers would be offered to many women for them to wear on their head, as seen as flower crowns, areas to tap into their divine state. Also, for one of the past rituals of summer solstice was to actually bring offerings to the fig tree, to a fruit tree, to a tree where it would be engaged by sun and the spirits of the past, the souls of the earth, could walk and receive the offerings and the blessings. And in I guess you could say, in that they would receive would be a message of who their soulmate was, or their soulmate would come and find them. Also, with summer solstice, a lot of divine goddesses and virgins would walk to the ocean and bathe in the ocean, as the new Cancer waves would clear their aura and clear their essence and bring their love to them. Also, with summer solstice, it is an amazing day to create those flames of intention. If it is flame jumping, or if it is offering blessings to the ancestors. Also, another ritual is tapping into the unconscious state of the mind and putting pillows. Underneath your pillows, you would put flowers or letters of what your intentions were with fertility, or what your intentions were with your soulmate or your partner. And that night, you would dream of that person. You would dream of who your soulmate is, how you will see them, and how they will come to you. Also, let's get into a little bit about Cancer season, because Cancer season is starting today, the day of summer solstice. So, Cancer season, for those who don't know, the Cancer is a water element. It is also ruled by the moon. A lot of people say that the Cancer is known to be a little moody, but in actuality, the Cancer is just very tapped in with their emotions and feelings. The Cancer is also a private person, but they are very much structured in family roots and also protection of that center, for they are the ruler of the fourth house. The Cancer, since it is ruled by the moon, has a strong karmic energy. It has a strong karmic function, where karma is kind of the passage of the Cancer. The Cancer knows to live by the journey of karma, to live in the illumination of the sunlight, and is really there to tap in that feminine energy, that nourishment of the feminine, of the divine goddess of that state. So for the Cancer, this is your horoscope. If you are a Cancer, let me know. I suggest everybody follows me. Follow me on Instagram and check out my podcast, Chakras and Cusswords, if you aren't already a podcast subscriber. So for the Cancer, this is an area, because I really share so much of the astrology and the cosmic energy with all my followers. So, this is the horoscopes for all 12 zodiacs, like I do most of the seasons. So, for the Cancer, this is happening in your first house, my love. This is all about your identity, and really that sense of authority and that sense of presence in self, and where the ego lies, and finding that direction of the higher journey and authority, and creating that substance where your presence is really known and you feel structured. For the Cancer, I also want you to really take time for self-care, take time for rest, because this is a journey happening in your first house. For the Gemini, this is about an area of values and creating that possession and property, and also wealth. So, if you are a Gemini and you want to be more structured in creating the abundance of a lifelong path of wealth and success, the first thing you must do is tap into your gift of communication. And that is really communication with self. That is really that structure of success with self. There's reasons why successful people are successful. It's because they pick up the consistency of making themselves aware of their communication, that they are successful. So for the Gemini, speak kind to yourself, bring on those affirmations of your success, and watch it unfold to you. For the Taurus, this is all about creating that community and communication. I really want you to step into your collaborative areas. Look at your sister bonds, look at your brother bonds, look at your father and mother relationships, your colleagues, and people who are in your collective. This is a time for you to really step up and bring that local energy, and also that area of communication, if you are structured around technology, to bring it to others. Bring it to others who maybe aren't as local, but also to get more fulfillment in your local community. Let people know who you are locally as much as you do on the virtual sense and the online sense. For the Aries, and for the Aries right now, honey, for the Aries, this is an amazing time for the Aries. Like, I was just looking at the planetary alignment, because as a alchemist who is based off of astrology and the chakra system, that is what I do every morning. I look at seeing what are those little planets up in the sky doing? What are they up to? right now, Aries has some major conjunctions. You have Mars, you have the moon, you have Jupiter, you have Chiron, you have some major areas of planetary alignment. But right now, the sun is in your fourth house, and this is all about your family. This is all about your roots and your background. It's time to heal that root chakra. If it isn't healed, it's time to look over the area that you once were so structured on, of just holding on to, and let it go. Create that expansion. Really do it through the stability of creating that home dynamic, of that safe space, of that family connection for the Aries right now. This is the perfect time to really create that stability, to create that structure in its own coven. For the Pisces, this is a time I'm going to want you to step into your passion and tap into that sacral chakra. For the Pisces, this is all about creating that connection. If you are structured around creating new beginnings, if it is with love or romance, this is really the time for you to pick it up. I also want you to step into your creative process, and also straight step into your desires of pleasure. So for the Pisces, don't hold back. Really live in that element. Let the Cancer waves fill you with life and vibration. For the Aquarius, this is a time for you to be structured on health and consistency and daily wellness. I want you to pick up areas of rituals and practices that you can be fully structured in new habits and new intentions. For the Aquarius, is all about the mind, body, and soul right now, especially with the element of longhood and livelihood. So for the Aquarius, try to pick up some little practices and rituals on the daily. For the Capricorn, this is all about what the Capricorns are known for, right? It is all about that commitment, that approval, and really that structure of creating collaborations. If it is with business or if it is on a personal note, I want you to be able to be secure in your commitments, be secure in your alliances, and also with your contracts. Make sure you definitely read whatever it is that you have coming up. Read it 2 times over. But a as a astrologer, if you are closing contracts, this is a perfect time for you to do it before the Neptune retrograde, which is happening on June 28th. So for the Capricorn, this is really the time for you to get structured in those collaborations and close those contracts. For the Sagittarius, this is all about intimacy, transformation, and releasing the trauma. I want you to release those inner child wounds. I want you to release those money blocks. I know right now, for the Sagittarius, there's been a lot of structure around conjunctions with you where you haven't maybe been feeling so aligned. But for you, this is a perfect time for you to let go of those money blocks. I want you to actually write some areas where you are releasing towards the money blocks, where you are creating affirmations of how easy money flows to you, how easy that energy of the heart chakra opens up your trust. Also, your trust with intimacy and with your partner. Also, that area of trusting, of letting your desires really take place. For the Sagittarius, you got to break out of that container. I want you to really see that you're not held by blocks. You are a creator of expansion. For the Scorpio, this is a perfect time for you to be centered in your higher wisdom, your expansion towards opportunity, for wisdom, for higher knowledge. This is the time that you're going to want to pick up that new course that you've been putting back, or that's going to be that time that you create that trip that you keep saying, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go there. This time, Scorpio, you're really going to actually do it. You're actually going to pack your bags, book that trip, get out, get out of the I want to, and start actually doing it. This is the time for you to step into that higher energy, especially right now for the Scorpio. This is a perfect time for you to create new opportunity and new beginnings. For the Libra, For the Libra, this is really a time for you to be centered in structure of the legacy, of the achievement of success. For the Libra, this is all about creating that structure and that foundation, especially right now as Venus is still in Taurus and the sun is actually in your 10th house. So for the Libra, I really want you to see what is your legacy, right? And I want you to do this in the out of body state. I want you to do this in your sixth dimensional state. I want you to do this on your bird's eye view. If you are this brave, wise owl, what would be the story that you told of yourself? What are the titles? What is the legacy? And really hone into that and start to create that foundation for the Libra. For the Virgo, this is the time that you're going to be structured in your collective. This is the time that you're going to be structured in your community, also creating that you are centered in giving back to the collective. I also want you to tap into your ancestral messages. Also find that area where you see the rituals from the past coming to life, where you could bring that in. There's always somebody in the family who knows the rituals, right? And I really want you to tap into that area of finding those ancestral rituals and start to use them and embrace them back to everyday practices. Also, I really want you to do something like take a to embrace this element of the water, even as a Virgo, to embrace this element, take a ritual bath, cleanse that aura, cleanse that mind, and really let a lot of energy kind of release right now for the Virgo. For the Leo, this is your higher sense. You are stepping into, I have a feeling for the Leo, you guys have been kind of quiet lately. It hasn't really seemed like that much energy has been in your frequency, and that's just because of the cosmos haven't been fully centered in you. But for the Leo, your time is coming, like really, really soon. It's actually an amazing time for you to release and solve some of those problems that you've been really centered in. And give an area where you don't let the mystery hold you back. Like you let go of the mystery, you tap back into your subconscious state, you really let go of that mystery of there's no secrets when it's your own intention. There's no secrets when it's your own manifestation. So if there's something that is holding you back, I want you to let that come to life so you can either choose to accept it and move forward, or you let it come to life so you can choose to release it and move forward. Because for the Leo, the next house placement with the sun is going to be with you, so you're going to be in a high energy moment. So it is a perfect time for you to get structured in that area. And I just want to thank everybody who's come into this room. I want to thank you guys all so much. Make sure to tap into Chakras and Cusswords podcast. Also, if you are interested in chakra or cosmic coaching or birth chart readings, I do it all on chakrascusswords.com. My name is Catherine. I am the Intuitive Alchemist, and everybody have an amazing day. Bye.